There is something Florence Scovel Shinn hinted at, but never fully revealed, something quietly woven between her lines, almost as though she wanted the most attentive readers to discover it for themselves. For years, people have repeated her affirmations, spoken her words, and read her books in search of abundance, love, and peace. Yet many still find themselves asking, why isn't it working for me? Perhaps you've whispered affirmations in the dark, hoping for change, but saw nothing shift. Perhaps you've tried to believe in the power of words, yet life seemed unmoved by your efforts, and maybe, deep down, you've wondered if something was missing from the formula. Today, we're going to explore that missing piece, the unspoken secret Florence Scovel Shinn left behind, a secret that may explain why some manifest effortlessly, while others repeat words endlessly without results. If you've ever struggled with affirmations that felt empty or prayers that seemed unanswered, this hidden truth may be the key that changes everything. Before we uncover her secret, let's remember who Florence Scovel Shinn was. Born in 1871, she was not a preacher, nor a philosopher in the academic sense. Instead, she was an artist, a painter, and illustrator who, later in life, stepped into a role no one expected. She became a spiritual teacher who spoke with such clarity and simplicity that her words continue to ripple through time. Her most famous book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, captured something rare. It translated ancient spiritual truths into practical, everyday wisdom. Florence believed that words carry power, that our speech can shape destiny, and that faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. At a time when few women had such a voice, she became a pioneer of manifestation and affirmations. And more than a century later, people across the world still find her teachings alive, relevant, and strangely prophetic, as though she left us messages for this very moment. Florence taught that life is not random, but a game of spiritual laws. Words, she said, are like commands sent into the universe when spoken with faith. They set forces in motion. She emphasized the law of expectancy, that whatever you prepare for, you invite into your life. One of her boldest ideas was that we are constantly affirming, whether we realize it or not. Complaints, fears, doubts, these are affirmations too, shaping outcomes as surely as words of faith. She urged people to choose words carefully, to speak only what they desired, never what they feared. Her writings simplified deep truths. Your word is your wand. Faith knows it is already received. There is no loss in divine mind. These phrases still circulate widely, often quoted without people realizing their origin. Yet hidden beneath these teachings was something subtle, something she repeated but rarely explained in depth, and it is this, the alignment of word and feeling, faith over fear, that may be her greatest unspoken legacy. Here it is, the unspoken secret Florence Scovel Shinn left behind. She taught that words alone are not enough. You can speak affirmations for hours, you can repeat mantras 1,000 times, but if your heart trembles with doubt, if your mind quietly whispers fear, the words fall flat. The true power comes when word and feeling align, when the spoken word is charged with faith, trust, and expectation. Florence hinted at this repeatedly, writing that faith is the substance of things hoped for. She insisted that affirmations must be spoken with conviction, as if the outcome is already secure. Think of it like planting seeds. The words are the seeds themselves, but feeling is the soil, the water, the sunlight. Without fertile soil, the seed cannot grow. Without the feeling of certainty, words remain just sound in the air. Consider someone repeating, "I am wealthy, I am wealthy," while deep inside thinking, "This isn't true, I'll never have enough." The affirmation cancels itself. But when the words are spoken with calm assurance, when they carry the vibration of belief, the universe begins to move in harmony. This is the key Florence hinted at, but left unspoken. Words infused with faith create results. Words empty of belief remain powerless. So how do we take this unspoken secret and apply it to our own lives today? Florence left us a simple path if we pay attention. Step 1. Speak the word. Choose your affirmation carefully, as if you are declaring a law. Say it clearly with intention. Step 2. Feel it as already true. Don't just recite words, imagine them alive. If your affirmation is divine, abundance flows to me now. Breathe in what abundance feels like. Picture your needs already met. Smile as though it has arrived. Step 3. Release fear. Florence reminded us that fear is faith in reverse. Trust the divine order. Trust that what you've spoken is already finding its way to you. Step 4. Act as if aligned. Live in harmony with your affirmation. If you've affirmed health, walk with gratitude for your body. If you've affirmed wealth, handle your money with respect. If you've affirmed love, treat others with kindness, as though love is already surrounding you. Take money, for example. Instead of saying, "I never have enough," Florence would urge you to declare, "My supply is endless, my wealth flows freely." But the difference is to feel it, to let gratitude replace worry, and to behave in alignment with prosperity. And yet, most people miss this secret. Why? Because they approach affirmations mechanically. They repeat words as though sheer repetition will bend reality, but deep inside, they hold onto fear, worry, or doubt. Florence understood that fear and faith cannot occupy the same space. Words spoken with fear are like arrows with no target, they fall to the ground. Another reason people miss it is impatience. They expect instant results, and when nothing changes after a few days, they give up. But Florence taught persistence. She reminded her students that faith is a seed that grows unseen before it breaks the surface. Just because nothing appears immediately doesn't mean nothing is happening. The truth is, affirmations without faith are like empty shells. But affirmations spoken with steady belief, even in the face of appearances, become powerful instruments of change. Florence wanted us to remember this difference. It is why some people experience miracles, while others feel their words are powerless. So we return to the title, The Unspoken Secret Florence Scovel Shinn Left Behind. It is this: your words must not only be spoken, they must be believed, felt, and trusted. Faith is the living current that electrifies your affirmations, turning them from mere sound into creative force. If you've struggled with affirmations in the past, now you know why. Words without faith are empty, but words infused with belief are unstoppable. This is the legacy Florence left us, hidden between her lines, a reminder that manifestation begins not with the mouth, but with the heart. So try this today. Choose one affirmation, speak it with certainty, feel it as though it has already happened. Trust the divine process, and watch as the unseen begins to take shape around you. If this inspired you, share it. Let others discover Florence Scovel Shinn's timeless wisdom. For perhaps what she left unspoken is exactly what the world needs to remember now.